Okay, then we will go to the question number 1, part A. Right there, first question given. Sketch the graph of y equals mod 2x minus 8. Okay, question number 1, part A, asking to sketch the graph y equals mod 2x minus 8. You know, when we define this mod 2x minus 8, so when you equate this to 0, you get x as 4, right? So therefore, modulus of this will change at x equals 4. So then 2x minus 8 mod will be equal to the same 2x minus 8 on the right of 4 and including 4. On the left of 4 minus of this minus 2x plus 8. Okay. Right. In the graph you can sketch the graph going to be here. On the right of 4, right, you know, you have to put x equals 4. X equals 4 when you put 2, 4, 8 minus 8, 0, y 0. 1 point to draw this line is 4, 0. Here also, the same point we get when you put x equals 4, y 0. Right. So then 1 on the x-axis. This way we can draw it. I'll draw that line here. Y-axis is this. Right. This is the x-axis. So we have y-axis. This is x-axis, right? Y-axis, x-axis. It changes at x equals 4. Then I mark 4 here. 1 point on the line is 4, 0. Okay. Other point we need to draw this one. The equation of is going to be y equals 2x minus 8. This equation is y equals minus 2x plus 8. Okay. Right now, the point we need to draw this. The intercept of this is minus 8. Minus 8 is, I mark minus 8 like this. Then this line passes through minus 8 also. Then we join this minus 8 and 4 by a dotted line like this. No? Okay. The reason we use this point as another 1 point to draw the line. So therefore, this way we get the line this. This one minus 2x plus 8, intercept is plus 8. Okay, the same 8 we have to take, right, somewhere here then. Right. Right, this way, right? Here I take plus 8. Right, so then this line passing through this 4, 0 point and plus 8. And then the line is this. This is the point 8. Huh? This equation y equals minus 2x plus 8. This is y equals 2x minus 8. Okay, right. Secondly, yes, asking to do hence sketch is y equals minus mod 2x minus 8. Okay, y equals minus mod 2x minus 8. You know, this graph is multiplying the right hand side by minus sign only, this we get. This way, when you multiply the right hand side minus sign, the new graph is the mirror image of this graph, right, through x-axis. So therefore, the graph this we can draw by taking the mirror image of this. Right? That means, assume this your x-axis as a mirror, then image of this you must draw, image of this you must draw. Then you can very clearly understand the image of this through the x-axis going to be this angle and this angle equal, listen, here gradient 2, here gradient minus 2. Therefore, these two angles are equal. These two are equal. And when I take the image of this, same angle this will place here, this same angle will place here, then image of this going to be the line extended this. Right? So that image of this going to be line extended this, image of this going to be line extended this. All right. So then I can draw them like this. Right? This way. The same angle, therefore, we have there, right? Right? This is the okay. Then we can very see there the equation of this should be, because this red one is the multiplying this right hand side by minus, we get no. Then the equation of this branch going to be multiplying this by minus, right? So that means the same thing. This one going to be multiplication the right hand side by minus. Then this one we get, okay, right? So that is the they are the equations, right? So then this will be y equals 2x minus 8. This one, right? Y equals minus 2x plus 8. Okay. This red one is this graph. Huh? Okay. Next one asking the same diagram. Sketch the graph of next one. We do this one. This is red one in the diagram. We asked to draw next one, people. Y equals 4 minus mod 2x minus 8. Okay. Okay. Like this graph. Right. Asking to sketch the graph this on the same diagram. We have to sketch the graph this. The red one is this. Here, when I add 4 to this, when I add 4 to this, what do you get? So this minus mod 2x minus 8, we add 4. What do you get? Write in 4 beginning, I can write it like this, no? This one we get. Therefore, we can take this graph by adding 4 to what? This adding something to the graph means what? That graph we can easily draw, taking that graph upwards by that added amount. That means this red graph, you have to take upwards by 4 units to draw this graph. Understand? So then I'm going to do that, right? You see? Okay. Then that graph I can take. This red one I have to take upwards by 4 units. Then this vertex going to be here now. X4, Y4, right? X4, Y4. I draw that here. X4, Y4. It is minus 8. No? Once I take this red one upward by 4, it will come to what? Minus 4. All right. So now, accordingly, we can draw the new graph, right? This way. Right, this blue line and this red should be parallel to each other, right? Like this. The right hand side, blue one and red one should also be parallel to each other, right? Because we take them upwards, no? This way, right? Then what is the equation of this? How did we get this blue one? Adding 4. Then the equation going to be, the equation of this going to be add 4. This, what is it? Y equals 2x minus 4. And here, y equals minus 2x plus 12. Add 4 to that too. We get that way, right? Okay. That also we drew now, no? Right. Blue one is the graph is. Okay. Now the next one, asking to draw. The last graph is asking draw y equals mod x minus 10. Y equals mod 2x minus 10, right? Y equals mod 2x minus 10. Okay, right. So when you sketch this, right, remember this point is 4, 4. This point is 4, 4. Right. This point is 4, 4 and x4, y4. Right. The next one is asking draw y equals 2x minus 10. When I define this modulus, it changes at x equals 5. 2x minus 10 modulus. Equate this is 0. What is x value? 5 no. Then on this side it is 2x minus 10. This side multiply this by minus sign. Minus 2x plus 10. Okay. Then this side the equation y equals minus 2x minus 10. This side it is minus 2x plus 10. They are the two lines we must draw in the diagram. Okay, no? So here also we have to put x5. Then we get x5, y 0. x5, y 0. 1 point on the line is this. All right. Now we supposed to draw this now. Right. Yes. Now let's see 5, 0. Because this is 4. This x coordinate is 4. What is this x coordinate? Very carefully you have determined this because the vertex of this graph is 5, 0. If you don't understand, identify the exact position, your relative positions of the graph wrong, then the marks for the whole graph won't get. Okay. So therefore, if I find this x value is going to be, right, this equation of the line is y equals minus 2x plus 12 now. When I put y0, we get exponent here. When I put y0, x is 6. This is 6. Therefore, 5 should be in between these two. Right. This is the point with x coordinate 5. Exactly in between these two. This is 6. Right. This is the 5. Right. Okay. Now, here, 2x minus 10 and minus 2x plus 10, you have to know. You can very clearly understand our graph should start from here. Okay. Here. Its gradient is 2. The gradient of this also 2. Therefore, the line we are supposed to draw here should be parallel to this. That also is a very important one. Right? This way. I draw that with dotted line, dashed line like this. Okay. Gradients are equal, no? Gradients equal means lines are parallel. Right. Here also this same. But this will get in minus 2. Here also minus 2. Therefore, this black line and the line I should draw here should be parallel to each other like this. Okay. Right. So then this line is people y equals 2x minus 10. This line should be y equals minus 2x plus 10. Okay, right. Now we completely drew all the diagram, right? So the marks come in this way. We have drawn, in this case, really 4 graphs. Right. In my marking scheme, since the second part of the question is very small one, you get for each graph 10 marks. Then there are 4 graphs now. Then we get 40 marks, right? So each graph 10 correctly drawn, right? So when you draw them, people, it is very important. This you have to mark. This place the coordinate. This coordinate you have to mark. I have marked that here 4 and here 4. This point should be marked. And when you draw this and this, the two lines should be approximately parallel. Like this, huh? If you have drawn the two lines, they meet somewhere here, that says they are not parallel. No? And then you have to really mark the point here. Right? What is this point? It is 10. Why the intercept is 10, no? Right. So therefore, remember those features you have to include into the. So then 40 marks you get if you have drawn this all 4 graphs correctly. 40, yeah? 10 for each graph. Okay. Now ask you next one. Hence find the value of x satisfying the inequality 2x minus 10. Right. Okay. We get there. 2x minus 10 mod. Right. 2x minus 10 mod and 2x minus 8 mod less than or equal to 4. I will bring this to the right hand side now. 2x minus 10 less than or equal to 4 minus this now. Okay. What is this? You can very clearly understand this graph is what? The blue graph, no? This blue graph. This 2x minus 10 mod means this dashed line graph. Asking what? The dashed line graph, right? 2x minus 10 should be smaller than the blue one. You can very clearly see from here to here, when I consider the dashed line graph lies below the blue one. So therefore, the answer for this inequality is going to be that range. If I take this point as people A and this point as B, between A and B, the dashed line graph lies below the blue one. That means this condition satisfies. So therefore, now we have to find the point A and B. You know, point A we can write point A. How? Solving this equation, for this equation, minus 2x plus 10. Okay. This equation, minus 2x plus 10. And this blue one, 2x minus 4. Right. When you solve them, what do you get? Bring to this side, 4x come in, this to this side 14. Then we get x equals 7 by 2. Okay. And point B can be found when we use solving this blue one and this black one, 2x minus 10. Right? 2x minus 10 and minus 2x plus 12. Okay, brings this side, 4x, 22, x going to be 11 by 2. Okay. So then finding this coordinates 5 marks given, each 5. Then you can write the solution here, no? What is the solution? Here we have equal sign. Therefore, this takes place between 7 by 2 and 11 by 2, including both. Understand? So therefore, the final answer, x less than or equal to 11 by 2 greater than or equal to 7 by 2. Okay? Right, this is how we complete that question. So for the final answer, you get 10 marks. This is 10 marks. Right. So total mark 40, 50, 65. How many? Out of 100 I gave you. But the usual marks is people in the AL examination 150. This time I do like this because if I give 150 unusual marks coming for a small part, then you believe that mark we get even at AL examination. So in order to avoid that unnecessary feeling, I gave the marks out of what. But in the future, I supposed to put some questions, a little bit long questions, so that full 150 marks I can offer you. Right. So that's the part A. Part B is the partial fraction part. Okay. Right. So then I use the board. And now, really, rather than copying everything, letter by letter, get rough sketch of everything, put marks, and after the paper class, or tomorrow, again do the paper, again do the paper, right? Again do the paper, right? So first time when you do, it takes more than 3 hours, like 4 or 5 hours, never mind. Do second time, you can do within like 3 hours. If possible, do another time. You can do that within 1.5 hours. So that is how people we practice, right? At the very beginning, you have to dedicate until you do like 10 papers. If you do so, really, I am sure that you can come to a good level, huh? Right. Okay, now we'll come to the part B. It is a partial fraction part. Is given. Find partial fraction of this, right? 1 upon x minus 2, 1 over x minus 2, x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay. So keeping this way, you can try the partial fraction. You can factorize this. No? So as a practice, remember, if this quadratic one is factorable, write factors of that and write the partial fractions. Then you might ask, what if we directly take this as quadratic factor and consider like that right in the numerator? That's also correct. Okay. But as is, if it is factorable, go to the factored form. Okay. Right. So this is the one here now we have. Then really this x minus 2 and this x minus 2 squared. Okay, then this means really 1 over x minus 2 of x squared and x minus 3. So now here we have what people? Repeating factor. Then now write partial fractions. X minus 2 here we have. X minus 2 squared here we have. And x minus 3 things we write like this. Okay. And here we know they are constants. Okay. They are constants. Okay. Write in this, you get 10 marks. Okay. And now we multiply both sides by x minus 2 power of x squared into x minus 3. This will cancel and give in 1. This place will be 2 times x minus 2 x minus 3. This place is going to be b times x minus 3. And this place is going to be c x minus 2 power of x squared. Remember, we can substitute values for x in both sides to find this ABC. Okay. There is some period of time without substituting equating coefficients and taking the equations involved in the unknowns ABC and solving them to take the answers. For people now, that is not valid. Now you can put values for left and right x and in the values of ABC. For x2, this will be 0. This will be 0. Here 2 means minus b equals 1. B equals minus 1 coming. And put x equals 3. Brings this 0, 3 minus 2 is 1. Then we get c equals 1. And also people, we can equate x squared coefficients, right? Or x0 also we can put. I think we'll equate x squared coefficients. When we remove this bracket, we get x squared, no? When multiply by c, we get c x squared. Coefficient is c. We write it like this. Coefficient is c. There. Here x and x squared, then multiplied by a, we get coefficient is a, then the coefficient of x squared, a and c. But left hand side people know x squared term. No x squared term means coefficient is 0. Then we get this a value equals minus c. No, c is 1. Then we get like this. Okay. Then we get the marks like this: 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Most of the time, our students they feel finding the constants like this enough, right? They keep like this. Remember, people, we have substitute this ABC at these places, and you must try the partial fractions because asking in the question, find partial fractions, not just to find this constant. Then finally, you must give the partial fractions. Otherwise, you use high marks. Okay, right. Then write the partial fractions, substituting at these places. 1 upon x minus 2, x squared minus 5x plus 6 people. Here is the given original one no, that we write. That one here we have written. Now substitute for A, B, C. A is really minus 1. Then I write it like this: 1 upon x minus 2. Okay. And next one, B. B also minus 1. 1 of x minus 2 squared. Right. And the next one is what, people? C. C is 1, no? 1 over x minus 3. Okay. For this, we get finally 5 marks. Okay. So here, remember, if you go wrong in finding one answer here, then you won't get that 5 marks. And also, since that is wrong, the wrong thing will you will substitute here, no? Then the partial fractions are wrong, no? This 5 marks also you won't get. That's very fair, no? If you go wrong finding one unknown there you won't get that 5 marks. If you use that to write your fractions, the written partial fractions are wrong, no? That occasion, the final 5 marks also you won't get. But up to here, the steps you get marks. So therefore, we don't know how to work out the complete question until the end. People, according to your skill, as much as possible, answer the question to pick marks, because even one mark very important at the examination that might change the second decimal of your set score at the exam. So therefore, pick marks like that. Okay. Some people they think like this: I can't answer this question completely, so therefore I'm not going to answer this one. Don't think like that, people. That's very dangerous, right? Right? Sometimes, okay, once you answer in that, you will get the fast memory, and due to that, sometimes you will be able to do the rest part. Okay. Sometimes, up to the extent you can answer, the marks you pick by that will be enough to get what you are required pass. Because people, A pass is given by 75 now. Right? So now you have now 73. That 2 marks left now. That 2 marks you can earn by answering that. So therefore, people don't think like that. Answer them. Right? Okay. Second part is fx given this way. Asking to show f dash x, sketch graph of y equals fx, indicating turning points only. Yeah? Understand? So, in this case, really, this question, no vertical asymptotes, but it has horizontal asymptotes. Right? Asking to sketch the graph, indicating turning points. Right? So, therefore, don't go to find point of inflection, not asking to do like that, no. You have to find point of inflection, no point of turning points n, right? You have to find the horizontal asymptotes. It doesn't contain vertical asymptote, and don't go to find what at points of inflection. Okay, not asked to find the point of inflection. That's why we don't find them. Huh? Yes, we'll come to that now. Okay, it is now. So fix given for x plus 3 over 1 plus x squared. X is equal to 4x plus 3 divided by 1 plus x squared. Asking to differentiate this, the first derivative of fx we denote by f dash x. No, how differentiate this, people? Take this as u, this as v. You know u upon v formula. Square this, write that at the denominator. Same thing we write at the beginning of the numerator, and differentiate this. 4x derivative is 4, right? Minus 4x plus 3, right? Keep this numerator as the same and multiply by the derivative of this, it is 2x, no? Right. Then here, marks given for part 10. Okay. Now we can simplify this. Okay. When you simplify this, here people, 4x squared, here minus 8x squared, then minus 4x squared. Right. Remember, no need to write another step. Remove the brackets, right? Remove this bracket, no need to write another step. Straight away, if you can simplify, you get full marks, because removal of brackets we don't expect by AL math student. So therefore, if you can simplify mentally that step, you get full marks. Right? Then you get minus 4x squared minus 6x plus 4 divided by 1 plus x squared of x squared. Okay. Now you can take minus 2 out here, right? Minus 2 out. Okay. Once you take minus 2 out as a common factor, there we get 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 upon 1 plus x squared to the power 2. Now factorize this, right? I'm not going to explain as we did at the very beginning of the class, this multiplied by this and so on, right? Like to what small infant I did at the very beginning of the classes, I am not going to do that thing. I'm not going to explain the way of factorizing this. Now you are advanced level math student, you are going to sit there next time. Next time the papers will be set for you. Those students should have a certain capability. So therefore, don't expect the factorization of these kind of things now, right? Some people still, right, require those. They have some other classes and go there. Then till the examination, you can learn about how to factorize and everything, and you get good pass at AL examination. So therefore, don't think to get them here, right? Here, right? These are the reasons sometimes the people change the classes, right? So now, God bless for them, because we are really doing something to give you a good pass. Okay, right? Okay. Then this is how we get that answer. Really, this one, because of this minus sign, we can write as 1 minus 2x. No, the next line we can write. Still, this is correct. Then shall I change that? All right, I'll write another one more too. Dash x is therefore 2 times. We get 2 plus x. According to the way asking the question, we'll write the answer 1 minus 2x divided by 1 plus x squared to the power 2. This is asking, right? So you get marks this way. For the simplification up to here, for this step 5 marks coming. And finally factorizing this everything and getting the final answer correctly, 5. And the other thing, remember people, since we are given the answer here this way in the question, you know what is the answer you must find it take. Now suppose you somewhere here certain error and simplifying your answer, you give this answer, you write this answer, but you are sure that by your simplification does not give this answer. Our people anyhow, in the middle body of the question answers wrong, our people are so keen, so talented to get the final answer correctly. Remember, this paper will be marked by 2 examiners, right? So if one examiner misses this wrong steps and get marks, by other it is corrected. So therefore, don't do works there. Okay, leaving without putting the answer is much better than writing the lies. Okay, right? Don't do like that. Well, in the first answer we got, then 20 people. This is the way of getting marks, right? So then I write this way. What is next? Asking, right? Asking only stationary points. People, you know, stationary points is what? divided by dx0, right? Stationary points, right? Divide by dx0, right? Divide by dx means people f dash x, no? Right? This should be 0. When this is 0, the numerator of this should be 0. So numerator to be 0, people. 2 plus x should be 0. 1 minus 2x should be 0. Understand? So then, in the class, when I do this question, write in this one divide by dx equals 0, and write in this here, thereafter write in the numerator equals 0, and so on. I wrote many steps. No need to write that. Okay. Now we know this fraction 0 means it should be 0, it should be 0, right? On the x values. Okay, right. Then x minus 2 and x half. X minus 10, x half. And now this x minus 2, we need y coordinate. If x is y, right? X minus 2, right? Find y. That also you can put mentally here, right? What is it? Minus 8 plus 3 is minus 5. Here, minus 2 squared is 4 plus 1 is 5. Minus 5 divided by plus 5 is, it's minus 1. Understand? So therefore, y minus 1. Right? Those things really, when you write, put in x minus 2 at this place and simplifying, you get the answer. That's never mind. But people, you get 5 marks only for this. Okay? Though you show here the workings, no extra marks coming. Because they are very simple things. Right? Right. If the marks given for those steps also, that's going to be grade 9 term test. Okay, so now we are really not checking here your simplification ability. Right. And x half, we get y. X in the same way, we get y 4. Right. So therefore, the second station point going to be half 4. Right. Half 4. Right. However, I told you, now in the question asking only show on the station points and to sketch the graph. There, remember, we are not going to find vertical asymptotes and points of inflection. But remember, we have to find the horizontal asymptotes. What is the horizontal asymptotes? As x going to plus infinity and minus infinity, what happened to y? Okay. We'll find that also. Right? Y equals limit x going to plus and minus infinity is for x plus 2. Here, people, it is tested here because we learn limit. When you get some marks for this, then don't well do this mentally. Okay, right? Even though you can do right. Limit x going to plus or minus infinity. What we do there? We take x out from the numerator. 4 plus 3 over x, right? Here take x squared out. Then 1 plus 1 over, sorry, this will be 1, no? I write it like this. Take in x squared out, 1 over x squared plus 1, right? This and this you can cancel down. Then you can put x infinity. What happens when you put x infinity here, right? This is 0. Then this numerator is 4. Here this is 1, but this is infinity, right? We substitute that. What do you get? We get this is 1 inside the bracket, this is infinity, 1 over infinity is 0, y.0. This is now. Now let's sketch the graph. No. We have to prepare the table. But then here, remember, finding the coordinates of the stationary points, 5 marks come in here. Other 5 marks come in here. And finding this 5 marks. Then you might ask, without showing the steps, if you direct line is y equals 0. Okay, do the marks. That's the question. That's the question. That depends on the examiner and the paper panel. Really, the test here, that location, sometimes you get marks, sometimes no. So therefore, it's very important to show this type of steps. So these steps, of course, different from the simplification steps, right? Substitution and simplification steps, of course, different from this. Here we can test your knowledge how to find the y value as x tends to infinity, right? Okay. Now for this also 5 marks we get. Right. So then I write this f dash x here. F dash x we have 2 plus x, 1 minus 2x divided by 1 plus x squared, right? Stationary points here we get minus 2 minus 1, half 4, and horizontal asymptote y 0, right? Right. Okay, then I will. We need next what people? Next, the table. Right. Table, we prepare this way. In the table, we know usually in the table what Excel is, we substitute people there. We put x coordinate of the in points and vertical asymptotes, but here we don't consider the vertical asymptotes. No, this has no vertical asymptotes. Okay. Right. So then the x values are minus 2.5. No. Right. Then we draw that on the number line like this. Here half. Here minus 2. The ranges are now what? This way, no? X less than minus 2 and half. This one. These are the three range. And now we take the f dash x sign here. Okay. You know, when I put x less than minus 2, we are here. This is always positive. Therefore, in finding the sign of this f dash x, don't consider this one. This is always positive. Take this and this. When I put value like minus 10 for this x, this will be negative. This will be positive. Negative and positive make negative. This is negative. Likewise, you can substitute the relevant figures here. Plus come in here, minus come in here. Okay. Then here negative gradient, 0, positive. This is a minima. Here positive, 0, negative, maxima. Understand? Okay. This is minima. This is maxima. Okay. Right. For the table, you get 5 marks. Okay. Now we will sketch the graph. X-axis here, y-axis here, minus x-axis here, minus y-axis here. Understood? Right? Right. Now, the original point is x minus 2, y minus 1. It is here. X minus 2, y minus 1. It is very important, people, showing the coordinates of the turning points. You can either show this way or else at this point writing coordinates below this or close to that. Okay. And the other one is half. Oh, half is somewhere here. Here half. Oh, here. This is the other station point. Okay. Then people really on this axis, we don't take accurate scale. So sometimes when you draw the graph here, really, the graph coming this way, no? Right. But sometimes, since we don't take correct scale, when you draw the graph, you might draw sometimes like this here. The graph coming like this here. Coming this way. This happens because we don't consider the accurate scale now. Right? So if you draw the graph so that graph cuts the y-axis below this x-axis, right? In spite of that should cut above the x-axis, for the graph, the full marks you won't get. How to check it, people? You know, when the graph cuts the y-axis, x0, no? When the graph cuts the y-axis, x0. When I put x0 here, 3, and here 1, then the graph cut at y equals 3. Therefore, we must draw it like this. Here this is 3, right? Here maximum point, here minimum point, and when it goes to x infinity and minus infinity, y goes to 0. This is the graph, right? Then for the graph, you get only 5 marks, right? You get only 5 marks. That also wrong. This means you haven't marked clearly means no marks for the graph. Okay? In my distribution of the questions, because 100 questions should be divided among the 3 parts, no? Right. But people now, this point and this point you must find. If you find those points, there's no chance of going wrong the graph. Understand? That 2 parts, another 5 marks given, right? All right, x equals 0 brings what? Y. X equals 0 brings y3 here. All right, y3. And y equals 0, people. Y equals 0 means this point x coordinate is supposed to find. Y equals 0 means put 0 here. Fx means y 0. Then x going to be 4x plus 3 equals 0 means x is minus 3 by 4. Mark this also here. Now we get 5 marks for everything. And for this 2 also, we get 5 marks. Understand? This is how we take get the marks there, right? Okay. Let's go to part B. So we are given y equals e to the power minus 2x cos 3x. Right. Shall I erase the board? Quickly take down this on. Here you must know what are the ways of getting the answer and marks distribution only. Then do the question as homework. Right? You have been given one chance to write the paper within 3 hours. You couldn't write that well, no? Then don't go to completely copy this and to get the mental satisfaction. Now I can do. No, you can't do it. Understand? Getting the rough idea of this, answer the questions again. After that, mark your answers by yourself and think whether you have written the required steps which you got marks. So people, we input this idea to our brain. That will be, of course, available in the brain permanently, and that is the thing here we supposed to give you, right? Getting full marks for the question without missing important steps. Right. Okay, now the next part. Right. Next part going to be differentiation. Asking to differentiate this y equals e to the power. Okay. Minus 2x cos 3x. Right. Asking to find the second derivative. Right. Okay. So we have to take this as u. This as v. Then we can write dy over dx. How to differentiate u into v? Keep this as the same. Right. Differentiate this. Cos derivative is what? Minus sine 3x into 3, no? Then I put here minus 3. Correct, no? Right? Cos 3x derivative is what? Minus sine 3x. 3x derivative is 3. All right. Then, secondly, cos 3x we have to keep as the same. E to the power minus 2x derivative is what? E to the power minus 2x, same. Minus 2x derivative is minus 2. That minus 2 I write there here. Okay? Right. Yes, for the first one, this people, for this step, you get 5 marks, right? For this one, you get 5 marks. And I can write this one again this way. Dy by dx is equal to really minus 3 e to the power minus 2x sine 3x, right? Minus 2 cos 3x. This here, e to the power minus 2x cos 3x. E to the power minus 2x cos 3x people y. This part is nothing but y. We'll take this as equation number 1. Okay? Right. So secondly, now we differentiate. Okay. When you differentiate this, we get second derivative, no? written as d2y over dx2. Now here, keep this minus way and minus way outside. This take as u and this take as v, and again apply u into v, right? Right. So then we get the e to power minus 2x I can keep as same. Sin 3x derivative is cos 3x into 3 now. That I write here. Okay. And keep this sin 3x as the same. And multiply derivative of this e to power minus 2x, it is what? E to power minus 2x into minus 2. Correct? No? That is okay. Now 2y. 2 is a constant, derivative of y is dy by dx. Okay, like this. Right. Now, for this, get 5 marks, people. Okay, this also 5 marks. Okay. Right. Now, by simplifying this, you can take the answer. How? Yes, second derivative here, d2y over dx2. What is this? Y, no? E to power minus 2x cos 3x here. Y. Here we have 3y. Multiply by this, minus 3 plus 3, 9y. Okay. Here minus 3, minus 2 plus 6. Right? E to power minus 2x sin 3x. And minus 2 dy over dx we get like this. Huh? Right. Now we will, what is this? By number 1, we can subject this. How? Take this part to left hand side. Take this right hand side. Okay, what again? This will be plus, no? Plus, once we take this left hand side, 3 e to power minus 2x sin 3x is equal to minus 2y. When you take this to right hand side, minus dy by dx. We can substitute here. Right. Then we get the second answer too. d2y over dx2 equals 9 minus 9y. Okay, this part. Here people, I write this as 2 into 3, 2 into 3, 3 to the power minus 2x sin 3x. Take this side. What do you get? Minus 2y. Take that to left hand side. Minus dy by dx. Okay? And we write this by 1. That is enough, huh? Because the examiner has passed there. You can understand this. Right? This is by 1. Okay? Minus 2y dy by dx. Right? Now simplify this, we get the answer. What do you get there? Here. We get yes. Minus 9y minus 4y being at this side plus 13y minus 2 dy by dx minus 2 dy by dx. Take this side plus dy by dx. Okay, so then here for the second derivative differentiation, how much you get? Yes, I got this one that I gave you marks, no? Yes, right. Okay, so what you get 5 marks for this one by substituting by 1. All right, and bring all the terms to left hand side, and then write down the required answer. For that answer, finally you get another 5 marks. Okay, so I read minus 13y. No, this is minus 2 dy by dx minus 2 dy by dx minus 4 dy by dx, or 4 times dy by dx, right? Plus 13y equals 0. Number 5. Marks 5. Right. Okay, part C now. Okay, part C. All right. Part C. If y equals 5 sin x minus 3 cos x, find the equation of the tangent drawn at x equals 0. Right, okay, look at that. Part C. Y equals 5 sin x minus 3 cos x. Right, ask me to find the what? Equation of the tangent drawn at x equals 0. X coordinate at that point is x coordinate at that point is 0. Then first find when x equals 0. When x equals 0, what is y? Put 0 here, sin 0 0. Cos 0 1, then we get minus 3. At that point is 0 minus 3. Okay, right. Now we'll differentiate this dy by dx. Derivative of sin x is cos 6. Cos x is minus sin x. This is we get. And we'll find the dy by dx means what people? Gradient, no? Gradient we need, yeah, at x equals 0. Okay, we write it like this. Put x 0 here, cos 0, 1. Here 5, sin 0, 0, 5. Gradient is 5, yeah, at that point, x coordinate 0 and y minus 3. What is asking people? It's asking this, and you can do tangent drawn at x equals 0, right? So this graph, if I roughly go like this, this is a rough graph, not the accurate one, no? X equals 0, right? Y minus 3, somewhere here. Suppose the graph like this, the tangent we construct like this, right? This point only 0 minus 3. So now you can use in the straight line. Listen, we learn how to write the equation y minus y naught equals n times x minus x naught. Dy by dx means people the gradient. Y naught is this minus 3. Put that here. M is the gradient is finally found. X minus x naught is 0, right? So this gives us, taking this to left hand side, y minus 5x plus 3 equals 0, right? Okay. The marks coming like this. This is 5 marks for this one. Differentiating and putting x equals 0, getting this, get 5 marks. Derivative 5 marks come in, find in this 5 marks, and for the final answer 5 marks. Right? Right. So then here, don't expect everything like crystal clear. Right? Sometimes you can't understand, but available in the book. Go to notes, get it, and again do. Right? Otherwise, this will be another just a class. Why? You think that once you come to the class, everything will be okay? No longer that happens, right? So therefore, we are going to see the examination after the 10 months. So therefore, your participation is very important. If you don't have anything in your mind, even though I give you the examination question here, no point. What is? Suppose we do. Most of the time that will happen, but sometimes the same question or very similar questions come into the paper. We did in the class, in the paper classes. That's not a secret paper. Why? Reason. When we do a lesson, we discuss most of the time all different types of questions. So definitely examination question should be sometimes exactly the same one or very close to that question we did. But our student, most of the students, they don't know even whether we have done that kind of questions. Right? Okay, in 2023, the differentiation question, very similar question, the same question like only A, B different was in the tutorial. But the people, they did that question soon after the exam, they usually call me, they said that differentiation question, of course, very easy, similar question was in the paper, then I did that. So like that, some people, they know after the examination, what are the questions which were in the tutorial or discussed. Some people even don't know even after examination. Once I inquire from them only, I can't remember, sir. So they say. So that is how our people, right? Okay. Now go to question number 3, trigonometry part. This trigonometry people, this question, trigonometry question also now very easy question compared to the previous exams. Now the question is very easy. So therefore don't give up that question. I will do this. When we compare this trigonometry question in 2014, 15, 16, 17 and so on, those years, and now the question, this question trigonometry is now too easy. So therefore don't give up this. Right? So you know the reason why. The question gradually, right, difficult or simple. People, every examination, right? So in all island, they take a certain information. After the all students, how many answered for this trigonometry question, acceleration question, circle question, straight line question, integration question, differentiation question, and so on. Right? If majority of the student did not answer to a certain question, that is either, but the question is too tough. Or the student, they don't like to that listen because of question difficult in the examination, then they give up. So this part you should do, the question they make simple. The next year, student, since that previous year question is simple, they will get certain tendency to do the question there. Otherwise, people, it is very dangerous. If the same question is every year difficult, people they give up that. Then there will be a certain hole in their what knowledge regarding that lesson. So therefore, usually that is tested. Okay, like that, some easy questions, especially there are some easy questions in the paper every year. Why? That is to give for all the student, majority of the student to come to the first level and C level once they give a certain effort. Understand? So they are like differentiation, integration, okay, this kind of partial fractions and quadratic equations, polynomial functions, so on. Okay, and so therefore, in the according to paper people, what I noticed in the real part, the recent past, the trigonometry question now coming very easy one. So therefore, don't give up that. Full question 150 marks, right? So that also another thing you must remember. Right. Now here, given show that sine squared alpha cos squared this one is equal to this, right? So remember here, you should have good memory regarding the formula, right? So then 3 part 2, it is sine squared alpha, right? Cos squared alpha plus beta, right? 2 sine alpha, sine beta, and cos alpha plus beta. This is the one we are given, right? Okay. 2 sine alpha, sine beta, cos alpha plus beta. Ask and show this is equal to cos squared alpha, cos squared beta, no? Cos squared beta, yes. I somehow to simplify it like this. People here and here. Take cos alpha plus beta out. Common, no? Sine squared alpha, cos alpha plus beta, take out. Here we have cos alpha plus beta, and here sine alpha, sine beta, like this, huh? Okay. Then you can expand this by using cos A plus B, cos alpha, cos beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. Sine squared alpha, cos alpha plus beta. Here cos alpha, cos beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. People write down, people, huh? Right? You need to take here sketch only. Okay. Right. Again, do as homework. Right. So now here minus 2 minus sine alpha sine beta, and this we can simplify. 2 sine alpha sine beta is right. Here we get what? Cos alpha cos beta plus sine alpha sine beta. Okay. Here now we have sine squared alpha cos alpha plus beta, right? Okay, now you can see here, this is like cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. That is cos A minus B, right? Sin squared alpha cos alpha plus beta. This is nothing but cos alpha minus beta. Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, right? Okay. Now what I do next, people? I multiply this by 2, divide by 2. It won't change, no? Right? This product, multiply by 2, divide by 2. Now, sin squared alpha plus half, all right, this product. Can you remember we learned this kind of product formula, 2 cos A cos B, right? So we learned 28 formula, no? 28 plus 3, 31 formula. So I told you all those formula very important, right? Okay, 2 cos A cos B is what people? Cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Can you remember this? Right, after that we are here. Okay, cos plus B, this and this you have read, 2 alpha plus cos A minus B, this and this. Alpha we can cancel down. Beta minus beta is 2 beta, right? People sometimes, some people they see this question is difficult. Why? Why? I need to think like this. They need to have in their memory that. Therefore, this question is difficult. This question is too difficult. This is not a good class. They think like that. People, හිතන්න ළමයි කොහොමද හිතන ළමයින්ට ඒ ගන්න බෑ. තේරුණාද? ඒ බබාලා වගේ ඉඳලා ඉංජිනේර්ස්ලා වෙන්න බෑ ළමයි. තේරුණාද? එකක් මේ ඔළුව විදිය මහන්සි කරන්න ඕනේ. මොකද මේ ඉංජිනේර කෙනෙක් වුණාම ඊළඟට හදන ගේ එක වැස්සකට කඩාගෙන යනවා නම් ඌට ඊට වඩා හොඳයි නිදාන එක අර මොකද වැසිකිලි සුද්ධ කරන්න. ඒ නිසා ඒ ගන්න ඕනේ ළමයි මේ ගණන් හදලා යන්න. නැත්තම් ඉදහය ගන්න උනත් දේශකට හදන්න බැරි වෙනවා. හරි? ඒ නිසා ඔයාලා අමාරු කියන්න එපා ළමයි. ගොඩක් ළමයි ඉන්නවා අම්මෝ මේ අමාරු ගණන් හදන්නේ. මොකද අමාරු වෙන්නේ. මේව ළමයි මේ questions ඇත්තටම ළමයි provincial papers වලට හදපු questions මේවා. තේරුණාද? එහෙම කරලා ළමයි ඒ එක්සෑම් එකට යන්නේ. ඒ ළමයි තමයි පාස් වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ එහෙම කරන්න නැතුව ගියොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒ පාස් එකට යන්න බෑ ළමයි. ඒ නිසා මේවා කරන්න. papers 5ක් 6ක් කරන ළමයි මේවම තමයි ආයෙ එන්නේ. ඒකට තේරෙයි මේක ඉගෙන ගත්ත එක කොච්චර හොඳද කියලා. Understood? So therefore don't go to decide anything other than working out the questions. Okay? Right. So everything for you family. Right. Once you get good results with this effort of you and me, people, that is our final achievement. No? Towards that we must drive. Okay? Right. So now we people here, this cos 2 alpha, we know for cos 2 3 formula. I write that here, sin squared alpha plus half, right? Cos 2 alpha I can write as what people 1 minus 2 sin squared alpha. Cos 2 beta I can write people 2 cos squared beta minus 1. See what will happen there? Okay, this minus 1 you can cancel down, right? Here once I multiply this half with this 2 and this 2 we can cancel down, plus and minus sin squared alpha, this and this will cancel out. This half and this 2, when you multiply, we get only cos squared beta. This is how people we get that answer. Right? So what difficulty is there? Only thing is here cos alpha plus beta expansion. Identify this as cos alpha minus beta expansion and apply the product formula and cos 2 formula. If you know 4 types of formula, you get the answer. And some practice of doing this kind of questions. Nothing difficult. Right. By bypassing these things, if somebody thinks to get good passes, people, they are such daydreams. Right. Okay. Right. The questions, marks come in this way, people. Yes. Here, for this one, 5 marks. Right. And to get in this one, what? Yes. This one. Cos alpha, cos beta, yes, 5 marks come in for this. And getting this 5 marks. Okay. Substituting for this cos 2 alpha this way. This is 5 marks coming. This is also 5 marks given. Right. And for the final answer, another 5 marks. Okay. Right. Here 5 marks coming. In the question, it is tested. How do you expand this cos alpha plus beta this way? Right. Okay. This 5 marks coming for this writing as this way. Right. Okay. Now 30 marks totally you get for that part. Now we'll come to part B. What is part B? Part B is that fx is this sketching the trigonometric graph. No. Yes. Okay. Right. So then, shall I erase everything? Yeah. Okay. Fx given 2 times 1 plus 2 tan x divided by 1 plus tan squared x. Okay. Right now, I can write here 1 plus tan squared x is what? 1 plus tan squared x is 6 squared x. No. 6 squared x means 1 over cos squared x. Put that here. Here we get for fx. Correct. No. Shall I repeat that again? 1 plus tan squared x is 6 squared x. Then here we have 6 squared x. 6 squared x means 1 over cos squared x. Cos squared x come in here. 2 cos squared x 1 plus root 3. Okay. I will go back to fx. 2 cos squared x. Right. Now 2 root 3. 2 cos squared x. 2 tan x. I know cos no. 1 cos 6 we can cancel with this cos 6. Then we get cos 6 sin x product. Like this. Now people, here this 2 sin x and cos 6. These 3 if I take together. 2 sin x cos x. What is that? Sin 2x. Root 3 sin 2x. Okay. Here this cos squared x. You know, for cos 2x, we have a formula this way. 2 cos squared x minus 1. Once I bring this to this side, 2 cos squared x going to be 1 plus cos 2x. And then right down here, 1 plus cos 2x. This is your fx. Right. So now we have the fx is what? Root 3 sin 2x. Root 3 sin 2x and cos 2x and plus 1. Right. So this one you get 5 marks. Write in this one as 5 marks. And people, this one we won't get marks. The next time we get marks coming like this. Right. Yeah. In this way, sin and cos terms. Now remember, this will be in our notebook. To write what here, sin coefficient v square, cos coefficient v square, and we add, and its root is taken. Root v square 3, here 1 squared 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Root is 2. By that 2, we divide both this and this and Meantime, we multiply both. It won't change, no? Right? Then we try it. This is available in the notebook. Just you read it. Here we can write this one as 2 is that value sine 2x into what? Root 3 by 2. This 2 is the one we multiply this and this both. These two we divide this. Right. And next one, cos 2x into half. And this plus one we keep as the same. Right. Now equals 2 times. Right. Sine 2x. Then I use root 3 by 2 as cos 30, cos pi by 6. Cos pi by 6. Right. Okay. And here, half you can write as, wait, I made a mistake. Cos sine cos pi by 6 is correct. And the sine cos 2x, this one you can write sine pi by 6 because sine 30 is half, no? That's one. Okay. Right? Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. What is that? Sine A plus B. Right, no? If x is therefore 2 sine 2x plus pi by 6 plus 1. This is how we get. I'm asking in the question what people express fx in the form a times what? Sine 2x plus sine 2x plus alpha plus what? Plus b. Right. So then here a, b, alpha are constants to be determined. Definitely you must write the answers for a, alpha, and b. What is this a here? A2. And what is alpha? Pi by 6. What is this b? B equals 1. Okay. Then marks coming this way. Right. You get for this. For this you get 5 marks. Right. And this way write in ABC values for all three, another 5 marks that we got. Right. Now let's see how to sketch the graph. Now I can write the effects. This answer 2 sine 2x plus 5 by 6 plus 1. Okay. Right. Now I'm asking draw this graph in the interval x less than or equal to pi by 2 greater than or equal to minus pi by 2. This is the interval in which we must draw this. Correct? Yes. Okay. Now there. Yes. You know, when you draw a trigonometric graph like this, we are the first determine maximum value of fx, maximum value of y, minimum value of y. And what is next? When x pi by 2, the y value, x minus pi by 2, the y value. Okay, right. So then fx max, maximum of fx. All right, fx max. Right, you know, for this fx to be maximum, this should be maximum. It should be maximum. This is sine angle. Sine maximum is 1. Then when this sine 2x plus pi by 6 takes its maximum value 1 only, the fx will take maximum value. What is that? 2 into 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. All right. Now we need to find people when fx takes the maximum value like this 3, at what angles x, at what angles of x this happens. That you can find like this. We got this 3, putting for this sine 2x plus pi by 6, 1 more. Then equate this sine 2x plus 5 by 6 to 1. Okay. Then calculate x value. See, it's like this. Draw the plane of quadrant. On the x-axis angle 0, negative x-axis 180. Positive y-axis 180. This is 270. And once the first round completed, angle 260. You can very clearly understand. On the y-axis angles, sine is plus and minus 1, plus 1 and minus 1. Sine 90 plus 1, sine 270 minus 1. On the x-axis angles, cos takes plus 1 and minus 1, sine 0. Okay? All right. On the x-axis angles, cos takes plus 1 and minus 1, sine 0. On the y-axis angle, sine takes plus 1, minus 1, cos 0. Right. So then here we have sine angle 1, then this 1. To get this 1, this angle should be where? On the positive y-axis. Then one angle we can write 2x plus 5 by 6 should be 90. Correct, no? 5 by 6 is what, people? 30. Take right hand side, 90 minus 30. Then 60. 2x equals 60. Then x equals 30. X is 5 by 6. Then if x maximum occurs 3, then x equals 5 by 6. Okay? So the other possibility is what? For sine of this angle to be 1, after rotating the first round, second location, okay, consider y-axis. For the angle 360 plus 90, 450. Then secondly, we equate this to 450. And when we calculate this x, you will see the x answer is out of this interval. We need to draw this graph in this interval. Therefore, we don't take that x answer. So when we try to find some more angles, people, all those angles for x will be out of this interval. Therefore, this only. Right. So fx max is this. Right. Fx minimum. Right. Secondly, we have to find minimum value of fx. For fx to be minimum, people, you know, the right hand side should be minimum. Right. Right hand side minimum, we can determine like this. When this x minus 1 only, fx will be minimum. All right. Because sine certain angle, you know the sine graph, no? Sine graph, when you draw, the graph is like this, no? Maximum plus 1, minimum minus 1. That is why to find this fx minimum, we put here what? Minus 1. Then when you put the minus 1 there, what do you get? Fx minimum. Fx minimum. All right. What do you get here? Put minus 1. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, no? Right. Then here also, we need to find the angles. We got this one. Put in sine 2x plus 5 by 6. Okay. Is this minus 1, no? Right. Okay. So what angle sine take minus 1? Look at this. We told negative y-axis angles only sine take negative 1, minus 1, no? So when it rotate this way, plus 2 to 270 angle. And if you rotate this way, minus 90, no? All right. Then there are two angles. Plus 270 when you put here, what do you get? 2x plus 5 by 6 equals plus 270. See here, here 30 is 270. Take this to this side. 240 come in, no? 270 minus 30, 240. 240 when you divide by 2, 120. X is 120 out of this interval. Don't take that. Right, so therefore, substitute here, minus 90. Minus 90. Here 30. Bring this right hand side. Minus 30. Minus 90 minus 30. Minus 120. Okay, divide by 2. Minus 60. That's in the interval. All right. So the next is next one, minus 60. Minus 60 means minus 5 by 6. 5 by 3, not 6. Okay, right. So here, we get 5 marks. For the corresponding angle, this 5 marks. Here, 5 marks. For the corresponding angle here, 5 marks. Right. Okay, people, now, We found maximum value, mean value, and the corresponding angles. Next thing is, since we need to draw the graph in between minus 90 and plus 90, at minus 90 and plus 90, we must find what is the y. All right, x pi by 2. X pi by 2. Put x pi by 2 here. Very good. Fx 2 sine. Okay. Put x pi by 2. 2 into 90, no? Pi by 2 is 90, no? 180. 180, pi by 6 is 30. Plus 1. Fx sine 180 plus 30. What? Sine 180 plus 30 is third quadrant minus sine 30. Sine 180 plus 30 is minus sine 30. Minus sine 30, we get, no? Okay. This is minus sine 30. Okay. Right. Sine 30 is half. That 2, this 2 we can cancel down. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. Ah, right. When x equals minus 90, y is 0. If x is y, yeah, that's also another 1 point. For this, you get another 5 marks. Second people, x minus pi by 2. X equals minus pi by 2. Right. We have to find the y. Now put there fx 2 sine here minus pi by 2. Minus 180. Minus 180 here. Minus 180 here. Here 30. Minus 150. Minus 150. Right? Minus 150. Okay? Plus 1. When the angle contains minus sign having sign before, this minus sign you can take before. Then this we can write minus 2 sine 150 plus 1. What is people sine 150? Sine 150 is again half. Cancel this and this. Here we get minus 1 plus 1, 0. They are also y 0. Right? Right. Right. For this also we get 5 marks. Right. Now, right. We can roughly sketch the graph. Okay. Roughly means on the 2 points we need to find. What are 2 points? The point where graph cuts the y-axis and x-axis. Okay. Right. So we put what x equals 0 when x equals 0. When you put x equals 0, people, what happens? We get the point where y, the graph cuts y-axis. Put x equals 0. What do you get here? 2 into 0, 0. Within bracket 30. Sine 30. Half. Half and 2. 1. This is 1. This is 1. 2. Y is 2. Mentally you can do that. By 2. Right. Another one more. What is that? The point where graph cuts the x-axis. So this y, when y 0. You might think in the question, this whole work when you do, you're tired. No. That's why we have practice. Because when you are given a question like this, people, in the trigonometry question, 3 parts usually come in. No? A single part, more than 60 marks we can earn. At least 60. Out of 150, no? At least 60 you get. 60 means no give up in the question. So therefore, don't give up. So to get that 60, you must be certain, no? When you practice like this, that's easy. Right? Okay. Right now, once I put y 0, you can find x coordinates. Fx is y, no? Put 0 there. So what is there? Sine 2x plus pi by 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. So sine 2x plus pi by 6, right? Plus 1 equals 0. Take this 1 to right hand side and divide by 2. What do you get? Sine 2x plus pi by 6 is equal to minus half. All right. People tell me what angle sine gives minus half. Remember, sine is negative in the third quadrant and fourth quadrant. This is how we find those angles, right? I will just draw a single line like this. Look at this line. I draw a line, OP is here 30, right? Produce this way. This same line only we produce, huh? Right. Then this also 30, right? And draw the line that makes 30 with the negative x-axis like this. That means this one, here 30. All right. Now suppose that rotating OP come to these four positions, this position making 30, this position, this position, this position. I'm explaining how to find the angles at which sine gives minus half. Really very easy now. Now, sine 30 half now, sine 30 is half. Then, at these four places, all the numerical values of the angles is half. Okay? But you know, people, once this OP come into this position, the OP is third quadrant, no? Third quadrant sign negative, put minus sign. Fourth quadrant also sign negative, put minus sign. Okay, now look at what angles. Sine 30, half. If this is 30, what is this angle? 150. Sine 150, half. If this is 30, what is this angle? 180 plus 30, 210. Sine 210 minus half. What is this? Sine 330 minus half. And also rotate clockwise, sine minus 30, also minus half. That you can easily remember. The basic angle only you have to remember. Okay. Then tell me, for this, what should be this angle? Either minus 30 or 210. Understand? 210, no minus 30. We'll put both. And we'll take x value, which is in this interval minus 90 plus 90. The other important things, we need to draw the correct graph, 100% accurate graph. All the information there we will have found. Okay? Right. So then, let's see. Here, once you take, right, we get sine minus half, we get, no? Right. So it is pi by 6, right? Yes. Correct, no? Fx0 means sine 2x plus pi by 6 minus half, no? Minus half means 2x plus pi by 6 should be minus 30 pi by 6, no? Right. Here, people, we get 30 minus 30, 2x equals minus 60, x equals minus 30. Correct? Right. X minus 30. So if you put the other angle, what angle? I told you this 210, we are here. Right? What do you get there? 210 minus this. What do you get? 180. Then x is 90. That we have found, no? X 90, we found, no? X 0, right? This whole, no? Minus 31, right? Now we can sketch the graph. Right. Now this information, we can sketch the graph. So this sketching, people, all the information I have included. No chance of losing marks since we have put all the information there. Okay, right. So now we will draw the diagram there. Right. I take this space to draw that one. I need this informations, right? In people, the marks coming here, x equals 0, x pi by 2, we get that one, x minus pi by that 3 marks I gave you. And finally, found that x equals 0, y value to 5 marks, here 5 marks, y equals 0. Yes, we found this, no? This 5 marks. Okay? Now we sketch the graph. I will sketch the graph, right? The graph I can sketch in like this. Right. The y-axis. x-axis. Here take plus pi by 2. Here take minus pi by 2. Okay. The highest value is 3. Suppose here is the y-axis, right? Least value is minus 1 here. Minus pi by 2 y0. We found where? X minus pi by 2 y0. Where we found that? Yes. Where is that? Here. X minus pi by 2 y0. This point. And x plus pi by 2 here. Y0 point. Okay. And if x maximum 3, x pi by 6. Here 90 no? Here. Pi by 6 here, right? That 3. And then what's next? Minimum minus 1, x minus 60. Minus 60 is somewhere here. Right? Somewhere here. Right? Graph cuts the x-axis as minus 30. Somewhere here. Okay. Now sketch the graph. What's the graph, people? You see the graph going. Right? Right here. Okay. This point also we found. Put in x0. Put in x0, people, we found y2, no? Here that point. Y2. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay, this is the graph. For the graph 5 marks. For the graph 5 marks, right? This data we brought into the XY plane and do the graph. 5 marks, right? Therefore, more marks coming for the finding the important points in the graph. Okay, that's the end of the PO part. Okay, now applied part will move. Right. Question number 4. I just went through the answers of the students. I think nobody has done that one, and few have done that, but the answers were wrong. Right? It's a very easy one, people. Very easy one. Right? This question doesn't contain anything. Really, it's very easy one. Right? Our people, they always expect what? Very simple things. Right? I don't know what has happened to our new generation. They always find the comfort. Very easily they try to achieve something. No, people. Most important things in the life to get to, we must dedicate. Okay. So this question, at once you read, you will get a certain feeling which is not familiar. So therefore, they give up the question. So it's very easy question. It's very easy question, right? Right. The question says something like this. Okay. It says two straight parallel walls are at a distance simple A apart. Okay. You say. Okay. Simple A apart. This distance is simple A. Okay. A particle is projected with velocity u, right here, along the smooth horizontal ground from a foot of a wall. Perpendicular. Right. The coefficient of restitution between the particle and each wall is E, right? Okay. Draw the velocity time graph. Okay. This smooth, right? So people, once this moves from this A to B, I take these two words as A and B. The velocity is constant because this plane is smooth, constant velocity, right? Okay. So then I draw the VT graph like this. Is the velocity axis? Is the velocity axis? Right. This is the negative velocity axis. This is the time axis. Right. Okay. This is the time axis. Okay. From here, this constant velocity u, then we get constant velocity line like this. Okay, this is u. Is the moment the particles strike the wall b. I took people the right hand side displacement, this way displacement positive, and that direction, okay, that direction we take as positive direction. Now the particle comes here, people, strikes on this. Then it rebounds with velocity, you know. And remember, in the impact of elastic body lesson, we learned when a certain particle strikes on a fixed plane with certain velocity u suppose, it rebounds with u. It means less than 1. Then AJ product is less than u. It's the direction. That direction is people. It is wrong. So it's very simple thing that is, right? If somebody don't get this one at once, right? How can they be engineers? When we take right word positive, then left should be negative now. Then lead should be negative. That should count below the axis. All right. So this is Q. Right. If somebody can't get this to a mind and saying the question is difficult, people, no point of talking with this kind people. Huh? Right. Now, this area is the distance traveled. Simple way. When you come like this way, but again, simple way. So therefore, this area and this area approximately equal. So therefore, we'll take this one a little bit longer than this, then only the areas become equal. Comes to you, one people, with velocity now. Coming with velocity u, then multiplying this with number e squared u, that is by the word. Then it is velocity again. Just say this is e squared u. See here, the question is very interesting, no? Right? After identifying the nature there, it is very interesting. The people, they don't go through the questions which we did in the class, don't get ready for the test, they will feel difficult. Why? They don't have idea to get good results, no? They just come to the class and do something. Something will happen to us. Something will happen, people. You know, here, all areas what? This area A, this area A, this area A. Right. This is the graph. This time you can see the question is a very short question. Then more marks coming here. Right? I took this time as T1, this time as T2, this time as T3. Then for the correct graph, people, 25 marks given. Right. You know this area, simple way, no? That means this length. What is area? U into T1. U into T1 means what is T1? A over U. Right. Okay. What is this area? Also A. What is that? Don't take this minus sign. Minus sign says going backward. Take away this minus sign. EU into T2. Also A. EU into T2 also A. T2 what? A over EU. Third one, people. This area also A. E squared U T3. E squared U into T3. Also A. T3. E over E squared U. Right. What am I asking now? Right. First one, ensure that the time up to third impact. Right. This answer. Right. For this 10 marks each. Right. 10 marks and 30. Those who did this question, people get more marks. Having that purpose only, I put this question with more marks. Why? I know. You can see in the question, the last part, you get something not familiar. You may use the formula Sn equals this. I knew once I give this here, since that is not that much familiar with you, you don't do this one. But once I do this part, you will realize this is the O-level part. What is that? Geometry progression, sum of n terms part. A little step that student put ahead to get this answer. Right? I believe that our math student, they can put this step forward. Having that in my mind only, I put this question. Let's see whether it is possible for math student like you. Let's see. Right. Now, people, the sum of is not 3. Right? Sum of 2. What line will we get? U, EU, A over E squared U. You can take this A over U out. Once you take A over U out, 1 plus 1 upon E plus 1 upon E squared. That also coming, no? Right. Okay. For that you get, right, in this 10 marks, this 10 marks. Bonus marks coming for this question. Right? Bonus marks coming. Right. Now let's see here. How many collisions available so far? Start from here. First collision. Then came here second collision. Up collision. Right. 3 collisions available. Then inside bracket see here. What is this one? Coming for the first collision, taking A over U out, 1 coming. This time for the second collision. Right? This time for the third collision. A upon U we took out. Then you can see the number of terms inside the bracket is equal to number of collisions. Okay? Number of collisions, so number of number of collisions when I say here, up to how many collisions? People, 2 collisions. From here to 1, here 2, next one we didn't consider. Up to 2 collisions. The times for the first journey time, second journey time, third journey time. 3 journeys, 2 collisions. Right. But then, if we consider this way, okay, when we have 3 times here, 2 collisions, right? Now what is asking there? Next one. Show that the total time up to the nth collision. Up to nth collision means without the nth collision. Up excluding. Right. Third, up to third collision. Third collision we did not consider here. What we have here is squared. Right? So when we say people, this occurs like this, can you see a pattern here? 1 over E, 1 over E squared, next one going to be 1 over E cubed, next one 1 over E4, next one 1 over E5, and so on that goes, no? Where does it people? Up to the nth collision. Then up to the nth collision time. Up to nth collision time. Going to be what people? 2 upon U, 1 over E, 1 over E squared. Can somebody tell me where does it stop? Collision. That collision didn't occur. We didn't consider that one. Then the power is 2. Then like this, collision occurs. What should be the power of n minus 1? N minus 1. This terminates at n minus 1, right? Okay. People, this small thing only I expected from you as AL math student. All right. Now can you see here? What is this? Multiplying is 1 by 1 over E, this term we get. Multiplying is 1 over E by again 1 over E, we get this. What is this? This is geometric progression. It is called a series now. First term, 1 and common ratio 1 over E. You know, in oil, we learn people A plus AR squared, AR cubed, and so on, AR in. The sum given by what is in this 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. And the same number of terms in the what progression. Here, how many terms are there? In terms. Listen, here power 1, power 2, right? Power 1, power 2, right? Up to the power 2, up to the in terms 1, 2, 3. Then this one means up to here, they should be in terms. Then apply the given formula. That's all. What is that? We keep here, right? After that formula. A means this first term. 1 minus R. R means the common ratio. It is 1 over E. Number of terms is in. Right? Divide by 1 minus 1 over E. Right. This is only I expected. Okay, now simplify this, you get the marks, right? So then we get 10 marks here. And apply that formula, we get another 10 marks, right? And simplifying and getting the final answer, another 5 marks coming. Okay, right. People remember similar questions available in the past papers, right? In the past paper, right? That question I can remember in 2015, which time graph, right? Available like that. Okay. Number 5, projectile question. Okay, you can't projectile question now. Right. Next one, particular question. Right. Next one, point A is at a height h vertically above a point O on the ground. A particle is projected with velocity v making an angle alpha to horizontal from the point A, taking the horizontal and vertical axis through O as x and y axis respectively, show that the equation of the path of the particle is given by this. Okay, right. This is the graph. Sorry, the path. This it. The y-axis, this height is point is A, height is h. Right. This is alpha. This way it goes. Here is x-axis and this is y-axis. Correct one. Asking about path, right? What is meant by path, people? What is meant by path? Path means we have to consider a point on the path with coordinates x, y. We have to obtain a relationship between x and y. That's the meaning, huh? Right. So I take the point P here, x, y coordinates. What is meant by y? This height, no? This height, whole height from the x-axis is y. From here to here, y. Okay. But here to the ratio, what is this? Y minus h. What is this length? Is the x coordinate of this point, right? Okay. Now, okay, right. Now we take the motion from A to P. We apply sequence ut, right, to then ut plus half it is squared upwards. Okay, right. Then we get for motion for ut motion is equals ut. We can write well. It is about the verb, right? The when it moves from A to P, horizontal displacement x equals alpha velocity time t. X equals v cos alpha t. T equals x over v cos alpha. Right. Okay. Next one, people. Apply for the same motion s equals ut plus half at squared. Right. Right. In my papers, people, this is standard. Try to maintain this. I am sure that you can very easily go towards the A. Understand? Don't say this question is difficult. What difficult is there? Right. So if I to put simple sums, I am very easy. I am sure that you won't get nothing there. You will not get anything there. So therefore, some people might say by looking at our these are too difficult, this kind of questions not coming. But remember, people, you go to 2015 or 16 question, the similar kind of question available. So therefore, you yourself decide and do. Don't go to what follow the others. Right. So our effort, my effort is to give you good answers for everybody without cheating everybody. Right. So therefore, get this mind thoroughly and be ready for people, the future papers, to get good results at the examination. This mathematics, combined mathematics, will not be any longer headache to you if you follow my advices and do. Other what about others, right? So physics and chemistry, right? I am sure that those who follow this way, I'm sure mathematics, you are right? Just before exam, right? Okay, now, people, when it moves from here to here, the height, initially it is this level, finally this level. It has moved up the height y minus h. Put that here, y minus h. Y minus h. Where is to the sine alpha? Time t, here we found x over v cos alpha. X minus g minus half g. T squared is x squared upon v squared cos squared alpha. Right. V and v you can cancel down. Okay. Right. So people bring this minus h to right hand side, y equals plus h, and sine by cos is tan x tan alpha. Okay. Here g x squared divided by 2v squared. G x squared divided by 2v squared. 1 over cos squared alpha. 6 squared alpha. 6 squared alpha means people want tan squared alpha. Here. Write down straight away. Write in here 1 over cos squared alpha. Suppose you take one step, then in that step, all this you have write. To write the 6 squared alpha, if you write another one step, 1 plus tan squared alpha this way, all the things you write, unnecessary steps and wasting time, people. Now, here, 2 marks for this 5 marks. Applying this, we get 10 marks, right? And people, now you can take the answer. How? Remove the bracket. This and this, we get simplifying this, we will get the answer. Answer is coming like this. Y equals h. Remove this minus gx squared over 2v squared plus x tan alpha. Okay. This and this minus gx squared over 2v squared tan squared alpha. Right. So this is the answer. For this we get 5 marks. Right. Here, people, I gave you 10 marks for the problem this. Right. Fine. Listen, people. Ask you to take x and y axis. Right. Then you have to draw the path. find the equation of the path. You have to select the point on the path. Then something you have to add at the very beginning before writing the equations. Right? That is why we need what this figure. That's why for the diagram we get 10 marks. Understand? So therefore, don't neglect the diagram, right? Don't neglect the diagram. Right? So then somebody might ask, what if we get this without this? Somebody you won't get this 10 marks. You won't get this 10 marks. Right? So therefore, examination mean people the place where you have to big 4 marks. Right? You have to big 4 marks. Purposely they don't give you marks. In such a way that you have read the answers. Okay, right. So therefore, don't make any mistake there. Right. Okay, that's all right now. So then you asking what people, right? Particle falls ground at a point B here. Okay, the point B. Okay, at a distance simple D from O. This is simple D. Okay, right. Particle falls the ground at the point B. At a distance simple D from O. When D square equals GH. Okay. Now, once the particle comes on the path, it is point B. The height is the y naught, right? This height to the particle from the x-axis is y. Once the particle moves on the path like this, what happens to this height? This height will be coming to zero when comes to the point B y0. Then y0, y0, right? Okay. This horizontal distance the particle from the y-axis on the x. When the particle is here, what is the horizontal distance to the particle from y-axis? D. Right. When the particle is at B, y0 hd, y0 hd. And also given people there, d square equals gh. Right. Now asking to show what? Asking to show this equation. Right. Now substitute this. Right. Yeah. In this equation. Right. So then what do you get? Right. Y0 0 equals h minus gd squared over 2 gh, right? Or substitute for xd, right? So this is substitution. So therefore, I'm not going to explain much. This thing we have substitute. We get people here gd squared over 2gh tan squared alpha. Okay, right. Select this y0 5 marks for this, xd 5 marks, and substitute them here in the equation. This another 5 marks we get for this. And once you simplify these people, multiplying by 2h, you get the next asking answer. That also I'm not going to explain the way of getting, that is just simplification only. So get that one as when you do again this question, we get then this one, d squared tan squared alpha minus 2 dh, right? In this way the question given, no? Right. So dh tan alpha to dh tan alpha, right? Plus d squared minus 2h squared equals 0. This is coming. For this, we get 10 marks. I'll take this equation as equation simply. We need that further. Right. Okay? Right. Yeah, right. This one given us believes that b less than root 3h b less than root 3h. Okay. Now, what is this? Here we have tan squared alpha term, tan alpha term. What is this? Quadratic equation in tan alpha. Its alpha is what? This angle. This angle alpha has certain value. Suppose 30. If alpha is 30, tan alpha means tan 30. Tan 30 means real value. Therefore, in this quadratic equation of tan alpha, since tan alpha is real, people in the quadratic equation, the roots are real when its discriminant delta greater than or equal to 0. Here also, alpha is real angle, like angle 30, 45 or something like that. What is the angle alpha in real number? Tan alpha will be a real number. Therefore, this equation should have what? Real roots. So this, the discriminant of this should be greater than or equal to 0, right? So then we can write delta tan alpha greater than or equal to 0. Right, what is tan? Delta b squared. What is this? B is this minus 2 dh b squared minus 4 times a means d squared, right? It is b. This greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Now here we can simplify this. 4d squared h squared 4d squared minus 2 h squared greater than or equal to 0, right? Okay, d squared 4 4. You can cancel down, right? Okay, write in this 5 marks, substitute in that delta on the 10 marks, and people keep simplify this. You get the next answer for d less than. I am not going to show those steps. I think you can manage that. D less than equal to root 3h, that you get 10 marks. Okay. For the final one, also if the angular projection of the above projectile is 5/6, alpha 5/6. This where the horizontal range of the particle is root 3h. What do you mean by that, people? We have substitute x equals 5/6, right? Horizontal range. This is the answer. What we do? Integration this a, we put what? Right? Alpha 30. And find what this b. Right. Try them now. If alpha equals 30 in equation A, this is equation A, no? Put alpha equals 30 in equation simple A. Put alpha equals 30 in equation simple A. Right? Put alpha equals 30 in equation simple A. Alpha equals 5/6 in simple A. What do you get there? Here, tan square 30. What is tan 30, people? Tan 30 is 1 over root 3. No? Then tan square 30 means 1/3. D squared over 3. Right? D squared tan squared 5/6 minus 2 dh tan 5/6 plus d squared minus 2h squared, no? 2h squared, right? Equals 0, right? Now simplify this. Here, 1/3. 2dh 1 over root 3. D squared minus 2h squared equals 0, right? Okay. Boom. Okay. Now, here, simplify this. Then simplify this, right? That steps also I'm going to skip here. This kind of simplification will do now. You get equation in the quadratic equation in D, you get, right? Quadratic equation in D, you must get here this way. Okay. The quadratic equation of D, we get this d squared minus root 3 h over 2d, right? Minus 3h squared over 2 equals 0. We get like this, huh? Right. For this 5 marks, we get. Right. Now, this quadratic equation you can factorize this way. Okay. D minus root 3h d plus root 3h by 2 equals 0. For this one, also another 5 marks coming in this case. Right. This is positive, no? D length, this is the length, this is positive. Then this product to be 0, this must be 0. Right. Hmm? Then you would say, වගේ දිග කියලා. ළමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න කයි ඉතින් ඔය කරන්න ඕනේ. Right. Okay. Now we come to the last question. Question number 6. Right. 6 part A. At iris is on. Right. Okay. Question number 6 part A says, see, point A, B, and C given. Vectors around no x, y, I, j respectively. Find OA, OC vectors in terms of I and j. Hence find the vector and BC vector. Using these vectors, show that the triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Also, now students has done this part. Okay. Right. Okay. Give me 1 second. Right. Now, you see, we have right. So then the people again write this paper to pass homework. Right. First, looking at this marking and everything. First, work out the questions. There we expect to take the understanding of the methods of getting the answer. Okay. Those points you must have in your mind, because without having the methods, points to work out the question, though you try people, you can't take the answer. So therefore, you have to practice that first. But by looking these answers, do the question first. Second occasion, if you do second time the paper, you can do the same questions, right? Using less help from the whatnot. If you can do the third occasion, do alone, keeping the time frame, and see whether you can do this question, this paper within 2 hours, right? Recommended time is 2 hours, even though I gave you 3 hours. By reason, you have to answer only 5 questions. Similar to say, in the part B, answering 5 questions. Part A, another 10 questions available, people. That part A and part B, 5 questions, together you must answer within 3 hours. You can answer this 1 hour before me, your speed is very much good. And remember the thing, this question is too shorter. In applied maths paper, in every question, there are 2 questions, 2 parts, A and B, except the simple harmonic question and center of gravity question. In all the rest questions, 2 parts available. Then the questions are really longer than this because there are 2 parts in each. Therefore, if you can manage this within 2 hours at the moment, that's a good sign. That is not at the very first attempt, third attempt. Okay, right. Okay, now we see here, y-axis here, right, 6-axis. Intake is I. Here, y-axis intake is J. Right. Point A 04. Here. Okay. Point B 14. And C75. C75, right? We get AB here. This is O, no B, this way, and OC, this N, BC, right? Okay, now, all right, you know, if you have a point on the xy plane, using the coordinates of the plane, coordinates of that point, you can write the position vector. Then what is this OA? 0I plus 4j. What is this OB? 4I plus 10j. What is this OC? 7I plus 5j. Understood. Okay. Then you can write those position vectors OA. You ask me first, write yes, this one. Write OA, or vector OJ, right? How to write the position vector when the coordinates given? X coordinate times I plus Y coordinate times j. This is the way of writing position vector in terms of Y and j. OA for j, OB, vector is people 4I plus 10j, OC, right? 7I plus 8j, right? 5, 5, 5, right? So we can write now AB vector. How to write people AB vector? AB vector. We can write how? AO plus OB, right? AB vector AO plus OB. AO. You can write this one. OB vector first. You can write this. You can interchange the order minus sign we get OA. This is therefore AB vector, right? Now put this OB vector here. Y plus 10j OA vector OJ. Simplify this. We get AB vector. AB vector comes like this. Okay. Y plus 6j. Okay. For this we get 5 marks. Right. We see. Right. We see vector. We have BO plus OC. BO plus OC. OC, I can write like this. This is minus OB. Right. You might get the idea. What if you write this straight away? That's also correct. But here you won't get marks for that. Right? So that is because of this question. There are many parts to give marks. Therefore, this parts neglected. Okay. Right. Now, substitute for OC. Here, 7I plus 8j and minus OB 4I plus 4j, 4I plus 10j. Then this is our BC. Simplify this. 7I minus 4y 3i, 8j minus 10j minus 2j. But this is also 5 marks. Asking what people? Asking show that AB and BC perpendicular. Right. We'll check the dot product between AB and BC. AB vector dot BC vector. Right. Substitute for AB vector 4i plus 6j dot BC vector 3i minus 2j. Right. How to take the dot product between two vectors which are involving I and j? Multiply I coefficients, multiply j coefficients. 4 and 3, 12. Minus 12, 0. Okay. 0. Dot product 0 means what, people? The two vectors perpendicular, right? This is 5 marks. Okay. Therefore, AB perpendicular to BC. Right? Right. If somebody stops here, just asking the question. Question asks to show using these vectors, show that the triangle AB is a right angle triangle. Okay. AB perpendicular to BC, incomplete answer. AB perpendicular to BC gives this ABC triangle is right angle triangle. You must write that in words. Therefore, ABC triangle is right angle triangle. 5 marks you get. for that. Therefore, ABC triangle is right angle. Then you might ask, so this says the same thing only, no? So why should I write again? No, you must write. They expect that. Sometimes that is not the issue of you. It's not your issue. They expect that. Also go to the past marking scheme, getting this the answer writing that words, why not sure? That you say here. My creative. So therefore people, right? Don't go to argue. This says right angle triangle. It's not right in words. They give 5 marks for this too. So therefore remember those things also. Right? Right. That we get there. Okay, part B will come to part B. Yes, part B says in the triangle ABC. Yes, I have to use this. The point is, yes, it was a ABC triangle this way. AB, BSC. Right. E is equal to BC such that BE is equal to 2 is 3. BE is E. Here E 2 and 3. Okay. If you sum AC such that CFFA 3 is to 4, CFFA, CFFA 3 is to 4. Right. Okay. The point G is on A we produce so that GB GA 1 is to 2. GB GA 1 is to 2. What do you mean by that, people? B is the midpoint, no? B is the midpoint. This a GB must have. GB, G to B 1 unit, G to A 2 units. So therefore, this is 1 is to 1, no? B is the midpoint of G. So the question vectors of the points ABC vectors perspective, right? So then I'll take people here. Vector you know. Here. I take the vector you know here. We can take that vector in O at any point on the plane, right? So then this vector only what? O vector, question vector of A simply given. All right, people, and this is the vector, right? Simple B, correct, no? ABC, all right, this is the vector C. Or C vector is the question vector of C, right? This is C, right? Right. Now, asking next. Asking OE, right? Right, OE. OE vector. People don't use the ratio theorem, huh? Don't use the ratio theorem directly. I told you the ratio theorem, and meantime I told you at the exam don't use the ratio theorem directly. You lose mark. You get the marks for the steps, no? Right. So therefore, don't use the ratio theorem, right? So this is B, C. Yes, mark with red color. Right. Okay. Now, Okay. Asking a question here. If the origin known as the uh, G centroid, don't take like that. And that is special case, no? Right? Don't take like that. Your argument is correct, logic is correct, answer also coming, but don't take like that. Huh? Right? We'll take like this in the most fair way. Right. Now OE. OE you can write how? OE you can write OB plus BE. Right. I'll write quickly this one. People the diagram 5 marks given. Right. OE is equal to OB plus BE. OB plus BE. Right? OE. What is OB? Simple B. How do I write BE people? B you can write as a fraction of BC. As a fraction of BC, you can write BE. What? BC we have to divide by 3 plus 2, 5 and multiply by 2. Fifth of BC. Right. Okay. We know B plus 2 by 5 BC. You can write how people? B C you can write B O plus O C. B O plus O C. Right. Now you get for this 5 marks and for this 5 marks and now substitute OE to fifth. B O means minus OB. Minus OB is minus B. OC is C. Simplify this, you get OE. What is OE? The answer asking you get this 2/5 C. Right? For these 5 marks. Okay. Next we write OF. Right? To understand at once I say here people, you should have a good memory power. Asking BC vector, where can we write C minus B? Is it wrong? Then you won't get this 5 marks. For this one, they expect. Understood. Right? Ask you that question. Or if you can write this. If you can write OA plus AF. Okay. So, simply, how write AF? AF you can write as a part of AC. Right? AC vector, you should divide 4 by 3 is 7 and multiply by 4. Okay. So this you get 5 marks. Right. OF A vector 4 over 7. So you can write. So you can write AC vector AO plus OC. AO plus OC. Right. So now we get the answer to OA. A 4 over 7. This is minus A plus C. That gives the next answer. For these 5 marks come in. Right. But people now, sometimes you might, so when you go to the marking schemes, right? Sometimes in the marking scheme, this steps not available. Directly taken this. The same say you should not write this one because when another marking scheme, this is written there 5 marks given. Then you might say there is no Roman rhythm for the marking scheme. No, true. That depends on the question. If the question is too long, these steps, of course, you won't get marks. It doesn't say you should not write these steps because we don't know the next marking scheme, what will happen there. So therefore, the most safest way people to pick mark, don't go to argue there. Don't think that I'm too tired to write these things. People, this thing is right in the men, it in the marks. Okay. Sometimes once you compare this my markings method with the marking scheme, oh, not two markings, this is not tally. But when you go to almost all markings, you will see some markings you get marks for the steps. So therefore, at that time, don't blame me. I'm going to give you the method so that without making any mistake, how to pick marks. Does it mean here? Hmm? Right. And here, always get the final answer like this. Okay. Right. For C. All right. For this also 5 marks. Right. Next one. What is G? GB, G1 is 2, right? Here G means not the center, G, the given point, no? Yeah. So you can write OG. OG. OG means what people? If this is the midpoint, or asking OG, no? Right, yes. OG. OG is this, right. OG you can write OA plus AG. OA plus AG. Hmm? OA plus AG. O is simple A. G. Do here. This is the midpoint, no? Then AG is 2 times AB. 2 times AB, right? 2 times AB, right? Okay. Then AB, did you find? AB, we know. Right, right. So then, okay, right. We can write OG, right? A times A plus AB means BO plus OA. AO plus OB, no? Right, correct. What is that? 2AB, no? 2AB. We need OG, no? OA plus AG, right? Then AG is 2AB, right? 2 times AB. A means AO plus OB. AO plus OB, no? Right. So then simplify this, we get the OG answer. OG answer, we get 2B minus A. Right. Right. Find FP and FG in terms of AB and C, the last. Okay. Write them now. So here we get 5 marks for the last one, no? This one 5 marks. Right. Now, if you asking FP, is we can write that what this is if O plus O E. Right. Substitute table answers. Okay. FE. FE going to be F4 plus OE, 5 marks. People, FE, I think you found, no? FE. Sorry, not FO. If you found, no? And OE also you found, no? Substitute this and these places, that 2 answers. And simplify. You get the final answer asking, I'm not going to show that simplification. Write in this way and substitute in this 2. Take the final answer, 5 marks coming. Those things, of course, just to write only and simplify. Okay? Right. And FG, also you can write, but FG is this. For that, F4 plus OG. F4 plus OG. F4 plus OG. This and this both we know. Just write this 5 marks coming. Substitute and take the answer. we get for the last answer 5 marks. Understand? This way we can complete the paper. Okay. Right.